Shalom, giving all praises, acknowledgement, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakah HaKodash. Hey, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai is the name of the Heavenly Father and His beloved Son, who the world will ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Yahweh meaning He is, He exists. And Yahweh Shai meaning He deliverer. Bahashim just means in the name. A double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that have taught us this truth, and they continue to teach us. And shalom to our brothers doing this mighty and powerful works in hopes of salvation. Now, with this video I'm gonna show you, it pretty much, show that the oppression of America haven't ceased. America has been oppressed. These Edomites, these so-called white people, have been oppressing the earth for a very long time, and it hasn't stopped. Why you think the people are mourning? Why you think the people are complaining?
Many are just sitting here going with the emotions. And it makes sense because the game is rigged. We already know this way the situation's going to be. Many of you that are Republicans that are looking at you, you guys understand the game. You got to get Trump's endorsement. That's the name of the game to be a Republican nowadays. And you know very clearly that Trump told every single one of you that he needs 5 seats, is what he said. So why do we play this game where we come here to an empty chamber in which all of you pretend as if you don't know what's going on when you already know what the situation is? But the real conversation that we should be having, that I want every single one of you to understand, is that there will be a retaliation for that. You've seen states like California say that they will gerrymander Republicans out of their states. You see the same thing in Maryland. The same thing is going to happen in New York. While you were in here, Governor Kathy Hochul said that she will be gerrymandering Republicans out of their seats. The same thing is going to happen in New Jersey. So for all of the work that you guys see, that you guys claim to be doing, when we should be talking about the fact that we live in a state that is unaffordable for people, our economy is wrecked, people cannot find good jobs, we literally have property taxes going up every single year, despite the fact that you Republicans have been in office for nearly 30 straight years. I mean, this is the game that we live in right here. And you choose, after we literally got after one of the worst mass casualty events in our state's history, to go and gerrymander people live in a state that is unaffordable for people. Our economy is wrecked. People cannot find good jobs. We literally have property taxes going up every single year, despite the fact that you Republicans have been in office for nearly 30 straight years. I mean, this
Now, what do you...
the game that we live in right here. And you choose, after we literally got after one of the worst mass casualty events.
So he's pretty much saying the game is rigged. And these people are blaming the government. What they really need to do is blame the so-called white man. All right? It's not just the government. It's powers higher than the government. Isaiah 14:4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how had the oppressor ceased? Yeah, we're taking up this word directly to the gates of the nobles, to you elites. We're the only one through the spirit and power, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, checking you elites. All right? Y'all watch our videos. We don't give a fuck how you feel. All right? We're the only one checking you because the Most High is checking you. How have you stopped oppressing the fuck out of people? People can't even fucking survive in society that you created. People can't even fund your own economic slavery. called capitalism, where the slave have to fucking take care of them themselves and then make everybody richer. So how has the oppressor ceased? You haven't stopped oppressing the earth, bro. The golden city ceased. So the only way the shit stops, the shit show stops, is the Most High gotta stop this guy. Because of his covetousness, his envy, his jealousy, because of his greed, everyone is suffering. He wants more tax money. Like, bro, you own the money. How much more do you want to tax people? I think tax just went up, what, fucking 9.750. That's extra cheese for these devils that they don't need. Your paychecks getting more garnished. And then he's taking away, with the big beautiful bill and other bills that are passing every day, he's taking away life security, pretty much pension, health insurance. So this guy hasn't stopped oppressing the fuck out of people, and everybody's looking to blame the mayor or someone in position. No, blame the the guy that's in charge of the monopoly. The fucking elites, man. These Jewish banking families. The golden city ceased. So how's this shit gonna stop? Verse 5, the Lord had broken the staff of the wicked. So when you break the staff, that represents their authority, their rulership. So it's gonna take the Most High to take away this man's power, his ruling over the earth, for all this fucking oppression to stop. You can't even go a week or 2 weeks of not working and see how that should do for you. Your fucking life will tank. All right? And the scepter of the rulers. So you elite banking assholes that have oppressed the shit out of the earth, you so-called white men, the Most High is gonna throw you on the ground, man, take you out of rulership. Isaiah 47. Sit down on the ground. You're not fit to rule, man. He who smote the people in wrath, even his own people here in this country, he go harder on them than the other nations. People don't even have fucking free healthcare. Think of how cruel your system is, where they don't even give a fuck about you. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. So yeah, I've been watching Game of Thrones. This guy is King Joffrey, bro. He's being a tyrant, and the people are literally starving. They're flooding in the city. And he becomes more of a tyrant, increasing the taxes. It's like, bro, people ain't got it no more. They already gave you their arms and legs. What else could you demand from the people? And this guy is doing it in wrath, and he does not stop. Each bill is a fucking blow to these people. Each legislation is a blow. Each tax increases. All right? Still a low. Still a blow to these people. He that ruled the nations in anger. So this is how this guy rules the earth. He's a tyrant at home, and he's a tyrant all across the earth. And you see that on these Edomites, these so-called white people that migrate to Mexico, that migrate to Honduras, El Salvador. The same mindset, the same spirit. They go over there, they take all the money that they make here, and they oppress the fuck out of the people. How you gonna go to a Spanish speaking nation and tell them speak English? So the same way these devil rule here, they do that shit to everybody. Sanctioning your allies and all that, man. This guy's an oppressor. For someone to oppress you, they gotta press down, goddamn crush you. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hinder it. So yeah, your time is coming. So the Most High, he's gonna do the pass the judgment on you. He's gonna do the persecution on you. All right, and there ain't gonna be none to stop or intervene when the Most High deal with this guy. All right, right now everyone is dealing with the so-called white man in America because of money. Because they have to. The Most High gave them the power. They have to. The whole earth is quiet and is at rest and is quiet. So when you finally remove out of the power seat, there's going to be peace and tranquility back in the earth. Like in 2nd Ezra, the 11th chapter, when the Roman Empire was taking out the feather, the wings, and the eagle, it said the earth had rest. It refreshed. It's like the earth refreshed from thy violence. So shit's going to be peaceful. It says when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Here you are in the richest country and you're complaining that people can't survive. How does that even add up? That shouldn't even make sense. They break forth into singing. Man, the elements, the goddamn water, the river, everything, the trees, everything's going to sing when the so-called white man falls from his power. And the Lord establishes a righteous kingdom, man. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon say, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Yeah, they over there in the Middle East taking all the trees from Lebanon. And also just cutting down trees because you're just an asshole. Just for money. The most beautiful trees, just cutting them down just to sell them off. And this is why the earth is destroyed. All right, that's why it says in Revelations 11 and 18, destroy them that destroy the earth. Because it's like, bro, what's the point of just cutting down all these trees for money? You know the trees are supposed to inhabit fowls. You know the trees is supposed to filter the atmosphere. It's like a natural air conditioner. You know, make the earth smell good. Create oxygen. This guy is just an oppressor, bro. It just shows you. Even the fucking elements are groaning. They can't wait to sing again. And that day when you were taken out of power, which is happening right now, that's why they're doing all this shit, because they're trying to establish a new world order where they rule longer. It's deeper than just passing bills and, oh, he's a devil and the government's lying to you. This is on a whole nother level, man. Ecclesiastes 4:1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed. So a lot of people crying. A lot of people doing drugs, man. All right, they crying. They crying behind the scenes, in a car before they go to work, at night. Some people can't even fucking eat. They crying and shit. They looking at their kids crying because they know the kids got to suffer. Why? Because this guy he's pressing down on the people, man. He's the oppressor. And these people fucking know it. The so-called white man's been a piece of shit oppressor for a long time. Ever since, slavery, 400 years of free labor, and then the nerve of you with the free labor to destroy our people, you know, and demonize our people after slavery. Then you had Jim Crow. Then you have segregation. Then you have the war on... Well, no. Before the war on drugs, you have... What's that shit called? Damn, like WIC. Like WIC. You know, women... infant and children. That's what WIC is. No man. Alright? I forgot what it's called exactly. Welfare. Where you kick the man and simultaneously you brought the drugs. The war on drugs. So you've been oppressing our people since forever, bro. Forever. Ever since we came over here into captivity, ever since you set foot in the Americas, and you haven't stopped, man. Of such which were oppressed, and they had no comforter. Yeah, you don't have nothing to give you a boost. Say if you fucking struggling real bad and you want a loan, there's a high ass interest. You have to pay the person back 3-4 times. So in this world, our people ain't got no comforter, man. Or in general, no comforter here. No one to rescue you, no one to build you up. You're just constantly getting pressed. And on the other side of their oppressors, there was no power. But they had no comforter. Yep. No comforter. So a comforter is something to make you feel at ease, to relieve the pain. And there's so much oppression that there is nothing. All right, for us, we have the comforter, which is this word. Believe it or not, the Bible makes us feel good. It builds us up, gives us confidence. All right? These people don't have none of that. Ecclesiastes 4, NLT 1 and 1. Again, I observed all the oppression that take places under the sun. And that shows you that this is hell. Hell is just a condition. With the so-called white man ruling over the earth, it is hell. Alright? Ain't no place where it's burning and pitchfork. No. Going to fucking work, working to make someone richer is fucking hell. Never having generational wealth is fucking hell. Never having your own farm, own land, own cattle, a title. That's fucking hell, man. You never own shit here. That's fucking hell. And I saw the tears of the oppressed with no comfort. No one to comfort them. See? No one to comfort them. The oppressors have great power and their victims are helpless. So this type of world we live in, the oppression is destroying people, and they're just helpless. The government is the only one that could really help certain people. People that are disabled, they can't fucking work. Who to help these people? You have another person in your family trying to, but they themselves is fucking struggling. How are they supposed to help that person?
In our state's history to go and gerrymander people out of their seats. That's what you have chosen to do with your time because you're scared of Donald Trump. You are scared and terrified because you're seeking an endorsement when you understand the truth. And the funny part about it is that you all know it's true. You can't react to it. I see you guys' faces. You can't react to it, but you all know what the situation is. Because Donald Trump runs this body. He runs your vote, he runs your vote, he runs your vote, he runs your vote, because you guys know that you cannot dare cross him. And ultimately, what we need in this state are people that have the cojones to actually go forward and call this stuff out. Because what you guys have done to this state is cataclysmically horrific. And I think that everybody across the nation should be able to go and look at what you guys have done. So I look forward to Kathy Hochul getting rid of you guys as Republican friends. I look forward to Phil Murphy getting rid of your Republican friends. I look forward to Wes Moore doing the same thing. I think Andy Harris
Please finish your
had a long
testimony.
congressional career. He's about to be done too. All of them will be done. And you can thank your failed senile. Forward to Wes Moore doing the same thing. I think Andy Harris
Please finish.
Epstein partying.
And this is why there's gonna be sedition. But yeah, people are waking up to the fact that this whole shit is rigged. Politics, society, it's all a fucking monopoly. Alright? It's the worst monopoly game ever. Dragon. Yeah, scripture says he spake as a dragon. Revelations 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. So John the Revelator saw America rise to the power seat. Alright? And it's not called America in the Bible, it's called Babylon. Alright, why is it called Babylon? This place is filled with confusion. Alright? That's what the word Babylon means. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb. So the horns represent the power. Represents power. So 2 political parties that's going to have power, and that's the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. And they're on the same head. So if the lamb moves this way, that way, the fucking horn's gonna move that way. So the same with politics, man. These people say, oh, the Democrats are not shit. Now they're finding out that the Republicans really ain't shit. But wait a minute. The big, beautiful bill was majority passed by the Republicans, but it takes 2 parties to vote that shit, right? And then the Democrats just passed another bill that kills livelihood. So who's really for the people? None. They're all for the government. You fucking idiots. 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. The word dragon, you go into it, it's Draco. So, draconian measures. Draco was a man known for passing the harshest legislations, that if you did the slightest thing, you could be taken into slavery, or you get your hand cut off, or you get put to death for the slightest thing. You owe something, or you going into slavery. And we see the government slowly doing that. They're gonna start doing that. If you're backed up on debt, oh, they're gonna take your ass to them concentration camps. Best believe it. All right. Them detention centers, you see, they just gave each state what, 46 million to make massive detention centers. The government just funded ICE, the organization, $170 billion. $170 billion. So you know what that means. They making them big enough for citizens to be in that shit. And these legislations, these laws that's gonna pass, a lot of you gonna, hey, you didn't pay your rent in time, you didn't pay your car note, you didn't pay your student loan, your ass going to them detention centers. And you think I'm joking, man? This shit's about to be real draconian measures out here, like harsh ass laws. Harsh as fuck. Second, Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. And now these people are all shocked, like, why would you pass the big beautiful bill? Why would you destroy all these Americans' lives? Why would you pass this bill? Why would you do this? Because Esau is known for, the so-called white man is known for making unjust laws. All right, like laws, like if you sign the birth certificate of a kid that's not yours because a woman stepped out and had another man and shit, she had men's, you have to take care of that kid that's not yours. Like, what kind of fucking law, what kind of fucked up, unrighteous law is that? So it's only gonna get more unfair. All right. And this is how Esau does his things. He sets the laws in place so he could justify himself. And that right grievousness which they have prescribed. So things that are very hard to upkeep, very hard laws. All right, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people. Man, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you Israelites, be thinking that the shit that the government passes, the legislations, that they're not gonna affect you. Are you living in your own world, you dumbass? All this shit is towards you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans to destroy you. See, these Edomites, they got slavery money passed down. These white people, they got money in the bank laying around. All right? You niggas don't. So this shit gonna affect you more. That widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And the scripture says the devil come but not to steal, rob, and destroy. That's Esau, man. Everything is set up in place for him to carry out his orders and bring hell upon our people. But yeah, man, this type of oppressive lifestyle is not gonna, it's not livable. That's why we tell our people, flee the shadow of this world. It's like, why would you want to stay upon oppression? Why would you trust in oppression and love perverseness? It just don't make no sense, man. James 5:4, behold the hire of the laborers. We're the labor force who have reaped down your fields. So we go out there, we go to you got some people that go to factories, you got some people that go to stores, you got some people that go to manufacturing, all type of facilities. So you out there doing your job, you know what I'm saying, to fill someone else's pockets, right? To fill a company that probably makes 100 billion a year, trillion, which it says which is you kept back by fraud. And one of the biggest fraud is the fucking IRS. And not even just the IRS, all taxes. Your wages are garnished before you even see them. You're slaving. You're already a slave, but you're slaving to give everybody else money. It says, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. So hell yeah, people are crying, man. Man, I checked that ADP, whatever that shit is. I see that the government makes more money than me in every month off taxes. You thinking they're taking a little bit? No, man. That shit is like you paying for a expensive prescription. I mean, not subscription. That shit adds the fuck up. All right. And then come to find out that all the taxes are funded to bullshit, are going in the pockets of politicians. It says, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. So it's even more worse. It's like, look, we're working, paying taxes, right? Even when you buy something, there's tax on it. So people will be like, oh, these illegals don't pay tax. The fuck they do, bro. Everything gets taxed. All right? They might not file a tax, but everything gets taxed. Anyways, like I was gonna say, yeah, it's even more of a fraud. It's like, look, you pay all these taxes, right? For health, Medi-Cal, all that shit, state. And then you're telling me they're getting rid of those fundings. Really think about how oppressive that is. You're paying for your own benefit, retirement, healthcare. And then they're taking away healthcare. They're taking away disability and stuff like that when you stop working. So pretty much it's like they told you, fuck you. You're going to work and then die. Really think about that. Like, you're paying for these things, but then when you need these things, the government took them away. So hold up. I want my money back. That's what these people out here feeling like. I ain't filing for taxes. Yeah, bro, this shit is a fraud. This whole Esau is just a piece of shit, man. He's a scammer. He's the real life scammer. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. So the Lord, he's hearing our cries. It's like, damn, bro, you put in 50 hours and all that shit. Got scammed out of your pocket. Man. But yeah, man, that shit is oppressive. Oppressive as hell. You're being pressed down. And that's why you see people so angry. Because the scripture says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Like, you see this oppression, you should be pissed off. If someone scam you, wouldn't you be mad? Is you gonna be happy about them scamming you? So yeah, this shit is hell, bro. That's why we want the Lord to come back. The Lord has made it to where we are forced to beg for him to come back. Even though we want him to come back, you know, life is hell here, bro. Lord ain't gonna make it sweet for nobody here. That's a good one. Jeremiah 22:13. Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness. Yeah, you have established America on pure bullshit laws and scamming and taxes. Capitalism. Put a fancy word on it. And his chambers by wrong. Yeah, killing, backstabbing, and that useth his neighbor's service without wages and giveth him not for his work. Yeah, man, we literally get the minimum wage. So hold up, what's the maximum? You're getting the not bro, the minimum can't even suffice people. So you're really not even getting you're not getting really paid for your work. You're not. Cause all the taxes, all the deductions. Yeah, man, welcome to hell. James 5:4 NLT. Listen, hear the cries of the field workers whom you have cheated of their pay. I remember this video of this one Edomite took this Jake on a job, and then he asked the old white man, the devil, right? He asked him, how much you gonna pay me for the work I did? I think the nigga looked at him and told him he gonna pay him $10. $10. Jake was about to kill that old Edomite man. $10. That's how this devil is. Esau is a cheapskate. All right, $10 for some laborious ass work. I think Jake started wailing on him. The wages you held back cry out against you. The cries of those. See, the reason he's not able to pay you good, because he doesn't know what hard work is. All right, now, like, look, if I work with an ISCAR and I work hard, so say me and the Mexican go to work, right? He gonna pay me good because he knows hard work and he knows the price of hard work. Now, a so-called white man, I go work with him, he doesn't know the value of labor. You know, so he gonna pay you shit. All right, and it's true, man. These Edomites don't know hard work. They don't know the value of a hard work. So they pay you little to nothing. The wages you held back cry out against you. The cries of those who harvest in your fields have reached the ears of the Lord of heaven's armies. Hey, so the Most High, he sees all this shit, bro. Every little thing from one Edomite over there in anywhere underpaying a Jake right now, stealing from his paychecks or something. All right, the Most High is peeping everything. Ooh, this is good. I'm going to end it with this. James 5:7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth. So the Most High he's waiting for his elect, man. And had long patience for it. Yeah, like a farmer. He waits till the crops is ready. Or till the vine is swelling and luscious. So the Most High is waiting for his own word, and it would behoove us to fucking wait. Who are we to complain about how long the Lord is taking? He's over here waiting. All right, and had long patience for it until he received the latter earlier and latter rain. So not only that, he had to wait for the rain to come like a farmer so those crops could start growing. Same way we should have patience. Be ye also patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. Oh yeah, man. We gotta make our minds firm by staying to the water. That's for myself first and everybody else, you know. Watching videos, staying in the spirit, and not so much the flesh. You know, so you could be established in your mind. Stable in your mind, in other words. Yeah, because the Lord's about to return. All of this shit that's happening is because the Lord is about to return at the end of the day. So we should have patience. Yeah, because we tired. Wait, man, we tired of this oppression. We tired of this fucking devil and all of his evil scheme and destroying our people and then painting our people as the bad guy. That's why I said after the scripture says, he that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Man, we gotta be patient for all these things to unfold where this nigga is in chains. Right? That's where he belongs. So he could stop. He belongs in chains. And then living in pits. Owning no possession. Alright? But yeah, Lord willing, this was edifying and to the point. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, a Shalom.